we tend to blame activities on how we feel, but it's usually not the activities that are causing the problems. It's usually the amount of work we're doing and not checking our ego. So, the overarching example that I'm going to give is when people blame lifting or CrossFit or running on like why they have knee pain or back pain. They blame their pain on an activity. And the reality of it is, it's not really the activity that is causing us the symptoms. It is how we are going about doing the activity. In particular, the amount of the activity we're doing, the overarching dose of that activity. Meaning, like, if you are somebody whose capacity is really only like doing 2 runs a week, like because you're just such a rank novice runner, and you try to do 4 to 6, like your body can handle that to some degree, but you're going to get a lot of feedback, right? And the same with like CrossFitters. I know a lot of CrossFitters who kind of like, they like, I can't do CrossFit anymore because like it just beats me up. And it's like, well, honestly, like, is it CrossFit beating you up, or are you beating yourself up with the expectations you have about the activity? Meaning, like, you could go do 3 CrossFit classes a week or 2 CrossFit classes a week. You could modify appropriately for your level, and you could have good benefits from that. But what people do is they go to that class, they see somebody else that they think they should need to be competing with, and they put too much weight on the bar. They try to execute the workout at the RX weight or XYZ, and they should just check their ego and meet themselves where they're at. If you do that, you're probably going to get a positive outcome. Same with really anything else, right? If you're feeling a bunch of feedback, you can do one of 2 things. You can accept that that feedback is just part of the response to the activity and be okay with that. Right now, like, my neck is kind of sore and uncomfortable. It's because I did a decent amount of pulling exercises yesterday that had an effect on my neck. I can be frustrated by that, or I can accept that that was just part of training, and I can be okay with that and move forward, right? I can adjust things, or I can just continue to train and monitor as best possible, right? You can really apply that same lesson to just about anything you're doing, right? If you're getting too much feedback in the form of pain, discomfort, hopefully not injury, then pull back. Like, it is not going to affect your long-term progress that much. It's actually going to be more beneficial to your long-term progress to learn to pull back appropriately than it is to beat the crap out of yourself. Now, there is some amount of like just reframing what we're doing and like accepting that some discomfort is part of this process, but there is a limit to how much of that we can push through, right? So, the overarching thing is to stop blaming the activities you're doing and actually figure out strategies to implement what you're doing better so that you can train longer, make more progress, have more fun, not feel like you're beat down all the time, even though some amount of bodily feedback is a necessary part of training. You're not going to get bigger, stronger, faster, and more capable without getting sore occasionally, and you're not going to be able to train pain-free all the time.